With over 400 celebrity interviews and tons of pop culture nerdiness, Too Opinionated is a safe haven for your inner geek. Find us at meistercon.com or on YouTube under MeisterCon Pod. And please subscribe. It would really help us out. Thanks, everybody. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Too Opinionated. So excited today. I've got content creator Kendra Rowe with me. So welcome, Kendra.
Hi, I'm super excited to be here.
I was so happy to have you on the program. Your following is pretty impressive.
Thank you.
Got a lot of people checking you out. That's pretty great.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me a little bit. Let's start this way. Tell me a little bit about your background, what it is you do, and how you got started as far as content creating.
Yeah, so I started creating content in 2018. It was kind of on a whim. I had two people reach out to me and they were like, "Hey, do you want to make these fashion try-on videos? And like, we'll kind of start a channel for you." And I was like, you know what? Like, I've got nothing to lose. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Um, and within the first month, I've managed to grow to 100,000 subscribers, which was insane.
A lot of
And then
subscribers.
yeah, especially in like the first month, I was like, okay, cool. Like this is interesting to people. So I kind of took over more of like a solo basis. And then for the past
Yeah.
5 years, I've been creating fashion try-on hauls on YouTube.
I know I'm really interested in this fashion haul situation. So
Mhm.
so when you do those, are you going somewhere and shopping for that ahead of time? Or is that stuff that's sent to you? Or are you
Yes.
ordering it online? Where are you getting the stuff?
So in the beginning, I was ordering stuff until I
Yeah.
got popularity or like finding pieces in my closet, which I still do sometimes. But a lot of them are gifted, which is really nice. So I'm constantly getting new items to try on and wear. My closet is one of the best things about me.
Do you have a
Um,
walk-in closet?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like it's
With all the outfits, you kind of need that.
yeah. Oh yeah. I've gone through issues of like having to buy like wardrobes and then constantly getting rid of stuff, and it's just yeah, but I love it.
Yeah, it's pretty great. I know that you had worked with a group to start, but then you kind of branched out on your own and became even more popular. What was the decision making as far as going out on your own, and was that scary to do that?
Um, it was a little scary at first, but like having like a good people to help you is kind of what can like make or break it. So like I
Yeah.
had friends who offered to edit for me, and we just had a little bit of a falling out in regards to like where the channel direction was going, and I just like wanted more like freedom over it. You know, I didn't want to be like
Yeah.
working under someone when it's like I'm the one who was like
Right.
doing the work and like getting the buzz and the hype. So,
Do you have a team that helps you with the videos, or are you doing all that by yourself?
yeah, so I do, sorry, I do all my like content filming myself, and then I do have management who helps me reach out to brands that we want to work with and try out. And then I have an amazing video editor who I just send everything to him, and he's like, he makes my thumbnails, he makes little clippets for my Instagram and the YouTube videos as well.
Yeah. Yeah, that's essential. A good editor is something you have to have if you're creating content.
Yeah, definitely.
My son does the editing for our podcast, and I don't know what we wouldn't be podcasting if it wasn't for him because I couldn't do the editing. You
Oh
know,
yeah, I cannot edit to save my life. And like, don't even get me started on making a thumbnail. I have no idea how people do it. I've
it's not
tried.
easy.
No, not at all.
Well, what was your background growing up? Were you involved in sports, or were you in dance or acting, anything like that growing up?
Yeah, so I danced for 10 or 11 years, I
Oh, very
think. I don't
nice.
exactly remember, but I did everything. Hip hop, jazz, lyrical, tap, ballet. I did it all growing up. And then I stopped my like grade 11, like right before I graduated, so I could
Yeah.
focus on kind of school in grade 12, and then didn't end up finishing. I went to university for a semester and then content took off. So I was like,
Yeah.
well, this is my path now. So
But my daughter danced the whole time she was growing up, and now she's got a daughter of her own, and she started dance a couple months back. She's 3, and
Aw.
it's the best thing ever. So like her first recital will be this summer, and I don't really miss those dance recitals because they take like 12 hours, and you get to watch your child or grandkid a couple of times, but then the rest of it's people you don't really know, so you're like,
I know
but
my dad and brother coming to like the one thing and being like, "Oh, it's so long," and I'm like, "Yeah, but just be here and support me."
it, you got to be there. But I'm kind of looking forward to my granddaughter. She had her father's in the military, so they had like a military ball, but for the
Oh,
kids. So she dressed up as Elsa, and she was out there on the dance floor just going out. I was like, that's
oh,
pretty good for 3. She's
I
out there.
love it.
Yeah, she's doing some moves.
Oh.
Have you ever considered getting into the entertainment business? Doing some acting, voiceover, something like that.
Yeah, so acting is something that I'm actually working on right now, which is kind of my
Yeah.
like little new adventure, which I'm super excited about. So I'm doing coaching right now to kind of because like going from being like a YouTuber who like has freedom to talk in front of the camera and
Right.
do whatever they want, you know what I mean? To something more directed where it's like storytelling, for example,
Yeah.
is definitely been a bit of a curve for me. So I'm working with an amazing coach right now and we'll just see where it goes.
Well, I think the fact that you're on camera so much and you're comfortable talking on camera, that has to help you if you're getting into acting.
Yeah, I think it definitely helps with like being confident in regards to
Yeah.
like presenting. Um, but a challenge that I'm facing is definitely going from just being able to talk freely into like understanding a story and portraying like emotion is one that I'm really struggling with.
Can you cry on command?
Not yet, but we are getting there.
You just have to think of something really sad, get you emotional.
Yeah, like in regards to acting, like when you want to be sad, the best thing to do is like understand why the scene is sad. And if you can like relate to it and kind of put yourself there, then you get sad too. And then
That's
it's
right.
like natural, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
not easy though. Portraying emotion, it's hard enough to be on camera, but actually portraying emotion that you're not necessarily feeling at that moment, not easy.
Yeah, not at all.
So if you're doing a fashion haul, so those videos, what are you doing? Are you trying on the different outfits? Are you like giving a review of the outfit? What do those involve?
Yeah, so when I go to do a haul, I will start off by like introducing myself, you know, the whole like
Yeah,
subscribe,
yeah,
whatever.
you gotta have the
Uh,
spiel at the beginning.
it's gotta have the spiel. And then yeah, so I do try on the yeah, sorry, English. I try on the outfits. Beforehand, I like to like curate the pieces together and I'm like, okay, what works with what? So if I have like
Yeah.
3 pairs of jeans and like 10 tops, like I like kind of like curate, like I'm gonna try these tops on with this pair of jeans, these with a skirt, like just kind of like make outfits. And then I talk about each piece individually. I'm like, here's this top.
Yeah.
Go talk about quality, fit, price points, why I love the brand. Yeah.
Have you tried them on ahead of time, or is that like the first time you've tried them on?
Most of the time, no.
Yeah.
Unless it's like something that I'm like a piece that I'm like very excited about, then I'll just like try on the one and be like, okay, love. But yeah, no, a lot of the time it's like it's a genuinely honest review.
Yeah, I kind of love that. I kind of love that. Do you run into pieces where you're like, this is nice, but it doesn't really fit me?
Yes, and I will tell my audience like, oh, I recommend to like size up because like this is the size that I normally get
Yeah.
and they're tight or like they're too big. So definitely size down unless you like that really oversized look. Yeah.
I think I think these type of channels work, and yours especially because you're very easy. I think as far as communicating, it feels comfortable. It feels like you're just talking with a buddy or something that's giving you clothing advice.
Yeah.
Uh, so I can kind of see the appeal. I understand why people would want, it's like most of us, we don't really have a fashion sense. So if you've got somebody and you're like, oh, that looks pretty good, that can kind of help you out with that, I can see why the channel would do really well. But where did you get your fashion sense?
It's definitely been a learning curve. So starting YouTube and having two people help me out with it, I was like totally new to it.
Yeah.
Fashion's never been something that I was like interested in growing up. I've always just like, I don't know, I never really thought about it. So I think it's something that I've definitely taught myself. I do get inspired by like a lot of other creators. I'm
Yeah.
constantly checking Instagram and seeing what other girls are doing. I loved the Instagram shopping things. I'm like, hey, cool. And like window shopping online as well, just being like, what's trending right now? And yeah, that definitely helps, especially when I'm picking out pieces. I like to go on the brands like what's hot, best sellers, trending, and then I can be
Yeah.
like, okay, cool. So these are in right now. This is what I'm gonna do and how I'm gonna style it. But it's something that I've had to learn.
Yeah, I would think because I mean, we all go through that, and then usually down the road, you look back on some of the fashions that you were wearing, you're like, ooh, what was I thinking?
Yeah, right.
When I was growing up in the 80s, it was all big hair. Back then I had hair and parachute pants, if you know what those are, and like muscle shirts. And we looked terrible. But at the time,
Mhm.
we were like, this looks great. And then,
Yeah.
you look back later and you're like, I don't know what we were
Um,
thinking.
Parachute pants are actually super in right now.
See, I need to dig mine out of the wardrobe. You know how it
Oh my
goes.
gosh.
I was in middle school and I had a girl say, you look pretty good in those pants. Well, after that, that's all I wore.
Right? Oh my gosh,
I
I
had
love
like a
it.
different collar pant for every day.
Oh, love it.
Yeah.
If you find your parachute pants, they're probably vintage now too. Vintage
I'm
parachute
kind of
pants.
vintage now.
I can see it.
Yeah, they probably would do good because yeah, I'd have to dig. They're probably at my parents' house, but there was like black, silver, aqua.
Ooh, I want to
There.
see.
I'm trying to think, maybe a gold. I mean, there were
Oh,
some
I
crazy
love
colors. Gray. I know there was a gray in there too.
it.
Yeah, well, it was kind of fun, kind of mix and
Yeah.
match. You can get away with some of that stuff,
Hmm.
but yeah, not too bad. Not too. So, do you ever go, like, I know you travel a lot. When you travel, do you go specifically somewhere because you're wanting to look for, things to try on or things to buy?
Um, Yes and no. So I've never like booked like a big trip for that, but when I was in Europe recently, I was like scounging TikTok. I'm like, okay, what are like some fun thrift stores here? So like I'm not looking for like pieces in like particular, but I'm like, okay, like what could be fun? Maybe I could do like a what I got thrifting in Paris haul,
Yeah.
which I meant to film. I even vlogged. I might finish it. It's there, but it's not finished. But yeah, and like I went to Milan to try to find some like vintage designer. Um, but yeah, I don't think I've ever like booked a trip to specifically be like, okay, I want to go here, I want to do
Yeah.
this, and like this is for content. I'm kind of more like free with it. Like if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Well, have your travels and the work you do on your channel, has that kind of revealed any fashion trends, anything coming that we can kind of keep an eye
I don't know. That's kind of a tricky one. Um, I mean, like, huh? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Now, what's you're out there a little bit. What's the what's in right now? What kind of outfits are kind of right now kind of hot?
Yeah, so I would definitely say like crochet is coming in right now. I'm going to
Really?
Mexico in a month. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm going to Mexico in a month and I just picked up a bunch of crochet pieces, which I am so excited about. And then yeah, like I said, like parachute pants are like a total vibe right now. I live in my parachute pants.
Yeah. Do they
Um,
have lots of pockets?
yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes, all the pockets. Yeah, like they're almost like cargo parachute pants, the ones that I have at least. But yeah, definitely that. And like I don't know, I always love pairing them with like corsets.
Yeah. Yeah, that
So
would
yeah,
probably look pretty good.
Yeah, it's more of like kind of like an edgier style, but that's definitely my go-to.
Yeah, I like that. Have you run into a style and you're like, I don't really understand why this is popular, but I'll give it a try. So then you give it a try and you're like, I was right. Should not be here.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of bright colors. I'm a
Really?
very like yes, I'm very neutral with my wardrobe, and I think that definitely reflects through my videos because I'm always like, oh, big surprise, it's black because I don't know, I love it. I'm wearing all black right now. But yeah, I don't know, I just like bright colors. Like lots of people slay. Personally, just like not for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. You got to have your own, collar scheme,
Yeah,
I think. Although if you're always wearing, kind of the base collars or darker collars, and I do a lot of that too, blacks and blues and grays and that stuff. When you do put on something colorful, you definitely get noticed.
definitely.
Because
Yeah.
everybody's like, wow, we're never seen you in that color.
Yeah, right? My friends will be like, "Oh my God, you look so good. Why aren't you wearing these blue pants?" And I'm like them, but I just need my comfort.
Yeah, it's not me. It's not me.
Yeah.
Where is your favorite place to travel?
My favorite place to travel, definitely Bali. Bali in Thailand.
I've always heard that it's just an amazing place to visit.
It was so beautiful. The people were amazing. I felt so safe. It was such a vibe. It was warm. It was
Mm,
amazing.
yeah, I've always heard that and beautiful. I hear it's just lovely to look at. So many things to do. And how was the food?
Food was good. In the first Bali, I don't have you heard of Bali Belly?
No.
So
Mm,
it's like their ice and like water because like we're not accustomed to it in North America.
yeah.
So like I don't know, no matter how careful you are, you still have a chance of getting it where you're basically just like so sick. And it's
Oh
so
yeah.
common for travelers over there to get it that like they have services where like doctors come to your wherever you're staying and like give you an IV with like vitamins.
Really?
Yeah, so like food was amazing, but I got sick twice. I had two
Well,
IVs.
just if it's a water situation, I mean, they're probably cooking it in it. That's probably where it's
Yeah.
getting.
Yeah. It's like little things. Like you could avoid ice, but then like you eat a vegetable that's been washed in water.
Yeah, and that mess you up. See,
Yeah.
that's a
So I
good
just,
tip.
yeah. Yeah, you got to be careful. But personally, I just decided to be like, whatever. I'm just going to eat what I want to eat. It definitely caught up with me, but once I
Well,
was
that's
better,
what
I was
happens.
better.
You're like, this is great. Nothing, my stomach's doing wonderful, no problems. And then it's a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you never know exactly what it was you ate that bothered it. Like
No.
something in this meal bothered me.
Yeah, it can even be like you're at the bar and like or like a nightclub ordering drinks and you're just like having fun and like forget that there's ice in your drink because you're so used to it.
Oh yeah, yeah. So do you order drinks without ice?
Yes, I tried to, but then sometimes I would just be like, whatever, it's fine. Let's test my chances. I lost
Well,
every time.
I was gonna say you probably did not win that battle.
No.
Well, I wonder how long it would take you to get used to it.
Yeah, I don't
Mhm.
know. I know like once I like got the IVs and like they like check you out, they give you like medication too, like antibiotics, anti-nausea. They give you everything. They like stack you up.
Yeah.
But like once you go through like that cycle, like everything was better. And it was just like continued to eat and stuff.
Well, it's obviously a problem, or it wouldn't be that easy to get a doctor to come to you.
Yeah,
Do you do your own nails?
I do not. I have an amazing nail tech
Yeah,
who
those
does
are
them for
really
me.
pretty.
Right? Thank you. I love these ones. Yes, that is part of my self-care regime. I go and sit down and get my nails done.
Yeah, yeah, those are nice. I didn't figure you did those yourself. You probably had a person, but yeah, those are really
If
nice. I
I,
like the different. Those are kind of colorful.
yeah, right? I like to express myself with my nails. So like I like my outfits are pretty like neutral and basic sometimes, but I always have like try to have like some kind of expression in my nails.
Yeah, yeah. So what's the future hold for you and the content you're putting out? Would it be similar to what you're doing, or do you have plans to add content, at some point?
Yeah, so right now I'm shifting into try on Tuesdays on my YouTube channel where I
Yeah.
do my best to get a try on out every Tuesday. And then Fridays is a different type of video, whether it's a vlog. I think the last one I posted was like my nightly skincare routine. So just trying to get into like a new basis of content, but still keeping what works on my channel. And then I'm gonna be moving my Instagram over into like more fashion
Yeah.
based. Because like before it was kind of just like modeling, like pictures, like very personal. And then with Reels on the rise, Instagram Reels, I'm gonna be
Yeah.
moving into doing like more like just like showing an outfit off or like clips from my YouTube try-ons, stuff like that.
Yeah. Are you on TikTok?
Yes.
Do you dance on TikTok?
No.
Okay. Okay. Because that's the scary part. But I thought, well, you're a dancer. Maybe you try some of those TikTok dances.
No. I feel like being like a technically trained dancer, like trying to do the TikTok dances is just like I just can't. They don't look good.
Yeah. Oh, I get it. Yeah, I'm on there, but it's more just to watch what everybody else is doing. It's
Yeah.
kind of TikTok's kind of intimidating, especially if you're a little older.
Yeah. TikTok, yeah.
Did you have a favorite style of dance?
I really liked like jazz. So it's more
Oh
like
yeah,
the like upbeaty but still like technical. I wasn't very good at hip hop. I really didn't like ballet. But yes, like jazz
ballet's
and
hard.
lyrical. Ballet is really hard.
Yeah, I was laughing at my granddaughter because she's every time she comes over, she has to practice her her little pirouettes and spins
Yeah.
and stuff. So it's pretty cute. So right now she likes ballet, but whether or not
Hmm.
that continues.
Yeah. Shelly wants to be a little ballerina.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. And it's fun seeing someone that young trying to learn something, because you can
Hmm.
almost see the wheels turning and stuff when she's trying to concentrate to learn a dance or whatever. It's
Aw.
pretty cute. Yeah, it's pretty cute. It's not,
Aw, I
it
love
doesn't suck. I'll say that.
it. Aw.
Did you play sports growing up?
No, I did try out track and field in high
Yeah.
school just for fun. Um, and I think I tried out for volleyball, but then I was like, no. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't a very like sport girl, but also with dance, when I was doing it, I was training like
Yeah.
20 to 30 hours a week for like competitions.
Yeah,
So I
it's
was like,
intense.
yeah, in the studio a lot.
Yeah, that's pretty intense. What's the interaction with your fans like? Is it mostly positive? Or do you run into anything negative? What's that like?
Yeah, so I get a lot of positive feedback, which is really refreshing. Um, there are like the few hateful comments, but over the years, I used to let like really they used to really bother me when I was like new in the space and like
Yeah,
younger. Now I've just kind of realized that like it doesn't really matter if they're commenting. That means that they have something to say because they're on my profile. They're
that's
watching
right.
something and then they have an opinion about it. So yeah, I mean, like it's probably like 95% positivity to like the very few hate, but I don't let it bother me
Well,
anymore.
and you're pretty interactive with people that are watching, right? I mean, you normally
Yeah.
comment back and that type of thing.
Yeah, I try my best to. It can get hard between like TikTok, Insta, YouTube, but I'm always trying to go through and like at least like.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's really nice because just as a fan, all we want is a little bit of acknowledgement that we're,
Yeah.
you know, it's a
Yeah.
two-way street. If you've got somebody that's a fan of your work and stuff, just a little like or a comment here and there, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not too bad. Where do you plan to travel to next?
So I'll be going to Mexico in 3 weeks, which I'm very excited about. And then somewhere warm for the winter.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're in Calgary,
Yeah.
so I would
Yeah.
advise that. Where in
Yeah.
Mexico are you going?
I'm going to Tulum,
Oh, what's that near?
Cancun.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I've heard people mention that one that it's beautiful and it's a good place to go, but
Yeah.
never
I've
been
never
so.
been to Tulum. I've been like to Puerto Vallarta,
Yeah.
Cancun, so I guess like area and Mazatlan. I
Oh,
might have pronounced that wrong.
yeah,
But
yeah, but
yeah,
yeah, I know where you're talking about.
yeah, I've been to those three and then I've never been down to Tulum and I feel like it's more like jungly, chill vibes. So I'm
That could
excited.
be kind. Yeah, it sounds pretty fun. my wife works for Live Nation, and she's down in Mexico City quite a bit. So I plan to sneak down there with her next time she goes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, she loves it. Yeah, I'm kind of a beach person more than a city person, but I'm okay doing that on occasion, just as long as we also get some beach time in there somewhere.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, so Kendra, this has been terrific. I'm so happy that you came on. Anything else that we can kind of keep an eye out for that you're working on or that you're trying to get into? You know, what's coming up for you in the near future?
Yeah, definitely. So aside from like definitely being more consistent on YouTube, I took a little bit of time away traveling, but
Yeah,
I'm
I think
back.
you have to. You need a little time to yourself on occasion, especially if you're out in
Yeah.
the public all the time.
Yeah. So I'm back and I'm getting into a lot more consistency, which has been challenging but fun.
Yeah.
And then maybe some acting in the near future.
Yeah. Have you been trying out anywhere, or are you still in the learning phase?
Still in the learning phase. I have gotten a few little roles to try.
Cool.
Nothing crazy, but I've just been practicing them. So, oops.
Oh, that's exciting though. To maybe what's your preference on genre? You know, is there a type of role that you would like to do?
Yeah, so I think what I would like to go into is like kind of playing the more like high school university girl, maybe the like
Mhm.
love conflict, something like that. Something that's like younger and fresh.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds pretty good. But it has to have a little bit of humor in it, I think.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. We want it to be fun.
Yeah,
You know,
totally.
I mean, you're up in Canada. They do like all of the Christmas movies. Maybe you could do one of those.
Yeah, that'd be fun. They do a lot of work out, like film out in Vancouver. So
Mhm.
that's like our
Yeah,
LA of Canada.
I know Vancouver. I didn't realize they film so much in Vancouver, and a lot of times the scenes you're seeing that are like New York or somewhere, it's actually in Vancouver that they're
Yeah, they
filming.
filmed a Free Guy up there,
Yeah,
I think. Yeah.
I had no idea till I started doing this podcast, and a lot of the people I talk to are in Vancouver, sometimes Toronto, sometimes Calgary, but Vancouver most of the time, and it's because it's such a big, entertainment site.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's really nice out there too.
yeah,
I love it out
that's
there.
pretty cool. That's pretty great. I've never been, but I've always wanted to go.
I
But I know
recommend.
that most of the time they're filming Christmas movies in the summer, which makes no sense to me.
Get the fake
What?
snow.
Yeah, why not just film it the winter before and
Yeah.
just release it the next one?
Yeah, I don't know. Interesting.
Instead of having to figure out how to make people look like they're not sweating or whatever.
Yeah.
Makes no sense. Well, they do the opposite too. A lot of times you got films, that are more, it's supposed to be warm, but they're filming it somewhere where it's cold. That would be
Yeah.
worse, I think.
Yeah. I don't know. It's crazy what like movie magic can do.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. Do you have a, like a favorite show that you're binging right now, or something recently that you've watched that you're kind of into?
Okay, I just finished Suits for the first time, and I don't
Oh,
know why I never watched it
that's
earlier
a good
because
show.
it is so good.
Yeah.
And then yeah, I like the like Netflix classics like Ginny and Georgia, Outer Banks. There's another good one.
What'd you think of Outer Banks this latest season?
I liked it.
Yeah, I did too. I heard a lot of people saying they didn't care for it as much, but I still thought it was pretty good.
I mean, I really like the storyline and like going into the third season, I'm not sure how much like farther they can drag out the storylines, but I thought it
Right.
was like very interesting and
Yeah,
like
I
I
was
thought
the
it was
same.
good.
I was the
Yeah,
same. How about the Bay? Have you ever watched the Bay?
I don't think so, no.
Yeah, it's kind of soap opera, but it's pretty good.
Okay.
Pretty
I'll
good.
put
And
it
there's
on my
like
list.
10 seasons of it or something.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, there's a ton of. It just keeps going. But once you watch it, you'll know everybody on the cast. They're very recognizable. But it's kind of like a streaming soap opera type thing. But it's
Okay.
usually they're solving a mystery or something like that. But it's very, it's kind of soap opera.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
put that on my list. The Bay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, so if you got an acting job today, what would you want it to be? Like a comedy, or would that, I guess more like a rom-com?
Yeah, probably like rom-com comedy vibes. Nothing too dramatic, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like for like my first kind of gig, it would be like something that's like I said, like very like light and fresh and like fun,
Yes.
like something I can like relate to. So
No,
like
no horror movies.
no. I feel like that's one that I'm really gonna struggle with is like if I were to do something horror wise, like the very dramatic, scared. It's like my personality, especially on camera, is very like light and bubbly. So like to like switch into like straight horror where I'm like
It'd be
running for
tough.
my life, it'd be very
Yeah,
tough.
it'd be tough. I think that's a difficult genre to do, horror,
Yeah.
because you really have to act, because you're going to be displaying all kinds of emotions. And that's,
Yeah.
yeah, for a first role, that might be difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about, are you artistic in any other way? Do you write? Do you sing? Anything like that?
No, not at the moment. I've thought about maybe doing a little bit of like singing in the past, but it would definitely be something that I'd have to like learn, like get a vocal coach. Like when I do something, I want to like make sure that I'm like doing it
Make
right,
sure
you
you do it
know? So like
right.
vocal coach, work with writers, get a good team. It's not something I could just like
I
freely
mean,
be
did
like,
you
okay,
sing at all growing up in school or church or anything like that?
no, no, not
Okay.
really. I did do like 3 or 4 like musical theater plays that our school put on, but
Oh, very good.
never like a big role. Like I was always
Yeah.
just kind of there.
I think that's okay. That's a good way to get your feet wet, you know,
Yeah.
doing those type of roles. And then you can move into, as your confidence grows, you can move into bigger and better things.
Yeah.
How does your family and friends take to your content? What do they think
They
about what you're doing?
they are so supportive. Everyone that
That's
I have in
awesome.
my life is like super supportive and like pushes me to like do better. Like they're always like, "Hey, you should try to like make a video with this brand or like you should do a video about this." And it's really nice. It's yeah, I'm very lucky.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. And I watch some of your stuff, and you're very kind of body positive type of type of feeling with what you do. You're um, it's kind of whatever you try on. You don't say this only these type of people can wear this. It's kind of
Yeah.
like anybody can wear this. This is just what it looks like.
Yeah.
I think that's
Um
really good that you kind of you're very everything you do is very positive, and you're kind of bubbly, which is pretty nice. It kind of cheers you up when you're watching.
Yeah, thank you. One of my like favorite brands that I work with all the time, Fashion Nova, they're very,
Yeah.
very size inclusive and gender inclusive. So like if like I'm showing off an item, it ranges from extra small all the way up to like 3X, I believe,
Oh, very
which is like
nice.
yeah, and then they have a whole section of like men's clothes as well. So it's like it's very like gender and size inclusive. It's very nice.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. And I'll tell on myself a little bit. I saw that you were doing Fashion Nova stuff, and I'm like, is that a brand, or is that what she's calling herself? She's a Fashion Nova.
Yeah,
I
no,
figured it out.
they're
It took
yeah.
me a minute. Is most of that, are you searching for brands that you want to work with, or are they reaching out to you, or is it both?
It's 50-50, I'd say. So I have management that answers all my emails that come in. And if I'm sitting down and I want to like, I see a brand and I'm like, oh, I'd love to work with them. I think we'd collaborate really well together. Then I will send them a DM or an email.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
I think that's really great, and it's probably, I'm guessing that early on you had to do most of the reaching out, but now people are probably reaching out to you more.
Yeah. Early on, it would be like going through my closet and trying to find stuff. And then like even pretending, being like, here's everything I got from this company. Or like, yeah, it's like in the
That's pretty
beginning.
funny. Yeah. Well, you got to
Yeah.
start somewhere. When
Yeah,
when you first
exactly.
started, did you have any idea that it was going to take off the way it did?
No,
Yeah, that's
not at
crazy.
all. I don't know if anyone really does unless they're like you spend months putting like work into it and then you're like,
Yeah.
okay, like eventually like this is gonna go for me
Yeah, it might go.
versus
Yeah.
like just like posting videos and having them like completely blow up. It's like, okay.
That doesn't happen
Sure.
very often.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty great. Was it pretty early on that you knew, hey, I could maybe make this a thing, or were you pretty confident it was going to be a thing anyway?
I think I realized in the first like 3 weeks, a month, that I was like, okay, like I could actually like make this a thing. Like if I
Yeah.
stay consistent and I keep going, it'll happen. In the beginning though, I didn't just like post my first video. It was like, this is, I'm gonna roll with it. I had just gotten back from Australia for a month. I had no jobs. I was like, okay, I'm like $500 in debt from traveling. What do I do?
Make videos.
Yeah. And it ended
Yeah.
up working out.
Well, and I think it's the way you do it, you're very approachable. It's almost like you're getting someone to help you at a store, except you're not at a store.
Yeah.
So it can kind of help you pick out different things that you like or want to try. So I think that part of it is kind of neat, and that's relatively new. A few years ago, you didn't see people trying on clothes, on YouTube or anything like that, but now you do, and now it's most people are shopping online, so they're not going to the store to see it. So it's kind of nice when you can have somebody try it on for you, and then you're like, okay, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, especially when like if you bond with like a creator online and then it's like, okay, I like this person, I like what they do, I like what they wear. You can go through their videos and be like, okay, they picked this piece. I like that. Like it's
Yeah.
it's inspirational.
Yeah. Have you done anything like live where you got to interact with fans?
Yeah, I have done YouTube live streams in the past.
Yeah.
It's mostly just like kind of sitting and answering questions.
Yeah.
I've never done like a live try on haul because I just like if you can't edit it, then I'm out of frame for like five
Right, right.
minutes.
You're gonna have to step away and then come back. That's kind of
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So then it's like
yeah.
there'd be like silence. But yeah, I do live streams where I just like sit and talk or yeah, people can ask you questions. They're pretty nice. They're fun.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, Kendra, thanks so much for spending a little bit of time with me. That's
Thank
I think
you.
I think you're talented and your content is really good, which isn't easy. So you do a great job, I think, with the content, but you've also obviously got a pretty good editor because it looks really.
Yes, he's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, you're so welcome. So before I let you go through all your social media where we can find you at.
Yeah, so you guys can find me on YouTube, Kendra Rowe. It's my first and last name. My Instagram is Kendra A. Rowe. My middle, yeah, yeah.
Pretty easy.
Yeah, pretty easy.
Somebody on Instagram had the name, didn't they?
Kendra Rowe, yes.
Yeah, I know.
I
I run
know.
into that on my name all the time. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, come on.
I know. I like DM'd her. I think it's an inactive account too. And I'm like, I DM'd it.
That's
I was like,
usually the case,
I know.
which makes it even more frustrating. But that's not terrible if you just got to put them in. That's
Yeah. Yeah. Just an extra A.
yeah, that's not bad. Well, Kendra, you have to come back when maybe when you get that first acting role, you got to come back and tell us about
Okay. Definitely. I'll be
it. Yeah, it'll
here.
be a lot of fun. That'll be a lot of fun. Well, thank you so much. This has been great. Hope we get to see you again.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me. Take care.
Oh, you're so welcome. Okay, hold on 1 second. So that was the talented Kendra Rowe. Hope you enjoyed that. We haven't done a ton of things with content creators, but we've had a few on here. We try to bring in ones that are putting out really good content. And I think Kendra does a great job with her fashion hauls, and she brings on a lot of really good stuff. So if you're looking for things maybe to wear or to try, her channels are a really good place to kind of shop and pick out things that you might like. She does a really good job with that, and I think she'd do pretty well as an actress if she decides to go down that road. Just personality wise, she's very approachable, fun, positive. So I think she could do really well in the entertainment business. Thank you guys so much for tuning in again this week. Really appreciate that. We definitely don't take you for granted. If you would like to help us or to support us, it's real easy to do and it's free. Just go, if you want to watch, it's on YouTube under MeisterCon Pod. Just hit subscribe. If you're listening, wherever you listen to your podcast from or whatever application you're using, just subscribe there. That'll help us as well. You can find, we're closing in on 600 episodes now, and you can find all of those audio and video on our website, meistercon.com. So definitely check us out there. That'll let you know everything that we have going on, plus give you access to all of our episodes. Thank you guys so much. Until next time. Bye, everybody.